thought I'd go over the contents of my belt pouch today. And I've recently done a video on my belt pouch showing the contents, what I keep in here. But I do change things out from time to time. I recently did a big update on this. There are going to be things there that you will see that you normally don't see in a belt pouch, and there are things that you won't see anymore that I keep. I took some things out of here and I added a few things too. So I like to call this the belt pouch updated version. So stay with me, we'll get started. Okay, so every time when I go out hiking or if I'm out surveying or hunting, I always carry a belt pouch with me no matter what, because just in case if I lose the gear that I have with me, I have this as a backup. Now I don't have a whole lot of stuff in here. It's mostly just a small fire kit, but I do keep other items in here, and it's just held together with a with one of those little toggles here. Just take this out, lift the flap up, and the whole thing comes undone. So the first thing I keep in here is a Leatherman Multi-Tool, and this is just the Leatherman rebar. It's got the pliers on it. It's also got a couple saw blades and a few knives. It's also got a file on here too, and I can use that in conjunction with my ferro rod that I have in here to get sparks if I need to. So I do keep I keep a multi-tool in here sometimes. Not the best. It does work, but as you can see, I have used it to strike this bad boy before. So in conjunction with my ferro rod and a multi-tool. Next I have in here is a small flint and steel kit, and with a piece of fat wood in here and a couple pieces of flint here and a steel striker, and the char cloth is on the bottom, as you can see. So I keep a small flint and steel can in here. Oh, I also keep a P38 can opener in here too, which is also high carbon steel. Next item I carry in here is I carry just a basic everyday cigarette lighter. Okay, so I have a cigarette lighter in here, and this is really my go-to for fire most of the time. I don't rely on a Bic lighter to get a fire going, so don't think that, oh, he's just relying on a Bic lighter. No, as you can see in this kit, I have multiple ways to light a fire in here, but most of the time I'll use a cigarette lighter if I need to get a fire going quick. So a cigarette lighter is surefire, get a fire going. I also keep in here a tube of matches in here. So I have it in a waterproof container here with a small ferro rod on the bottom. This came with it when I bought the case. And I just keep strike anywhere matches with a couple of strike pads in there just in case. I have used it to I have used the matches in conjunction with my multi-tool. You can do that. And also I know how to use certain pieces of clothing too to get it. There's actually a cool method that my mentor taught me. You can actually, if you're wearing pants like with a zipper, you can actually strike it on your zipper. But there's a certain but that takes practice. I've broken a lot of matches doing that. Next item I have in here is this simple magnification. I have a magnification lens in here that I keep in an old chew tobacco tin. This is just the lens of a binocular. So I got two of them. I gave one to my wife and I kept the other one. So I keep a Fresno lens in here at all times, or a magnification lens, whatever you want to call it. Now the next items I keep in here is actually, real quick before I show those, I still keep a bellow tube in here, and I can use this to extend an ember and a fire to get it going. I can also use this for first aid purposes. So if I have a wound that has a bunch of debris or dirt in it, I can blow on that wound to clean out the debris before I dump water on it to flush it out even better. I just had a leaf fall on me. So I do keep a bellow tube in here at all times. Now the next items I keep in here is I keep a blanket pin in here, and I can use this in conjunction with my wool blankets. I can use this for outer garments. I can also use the needle here. It's not very sharp, but I can use that for first aid to help dig out slithers. And the pin is also high carbon steel too. So I can use this in case if I lose my striker for some reason. I can use this in conjunction with a piece of flint, and I can bang that off there and get sparks to create a flint and steel fire using a blanket pin. So this right here is first aid. So it's first aid, fire, and garment wear too, because I can use this to hold my wool blanket. It is a blanket pin. I use it as an outer garment to keep my wool blanket on if I need to wear it for an outer garment. So I do keep a hand forged blanket pin in here. Next item I have in here is a couple items actually. I have a piece of 1.5 inch chain. I can use this in conjunction I can use this as a quick tripod lashing. I just take this hook here and I like that, and I got me a quick tripod lashing. I can also use this in conjunction with, I can also use it as a, I can also use it in conjunction with this. I got this idea from another survivalist on YouTube. He had a piece of twisted metal in his kit, and I can use this to hold the to hold the gills open on a fish. I can also use this as a makeshift tripod like this to lower this into my water bottle that I have in the fire and pull it off. I can also use the hook from my chain here to pull my bush pot off the fire if I need to. So lots of uses with this. And lastly, I just keep an unprocessed bundle of cottonwood bark in here as a quick emergency tinder bundle. And all this stuff fits in there, and all this stuff fits in my belt pouch perfectly. So the tinder bundle rests down here on the bottom. I put the blanket pin on the bottom down here. I put the piece of chain and the twisted metal on the side of my belt pouch. Flint steel kit goes on this side over here. Magnification lens goes on top, and everything else from the matches to the lighter to the multi-tool, the ferro rod, and of course the bellow tube all rest right on top of all that. Or I can put the bellow tube right there on the side if I want to. So, and all that just closes up like this. Run the toggle back through. Make sure it's locked. Pull everything tight. Tuck in the excess cord. So yeah, that is the contents, or the updated contents of my belt pouch. If you saw the first video of my belt pouch, you'll notice that there are some things here you didn't see that I took out or I changed up, because I like to play with different gear. I like to go minimalist, and I always go by the quote of Morris Kohansky: the more you know, the less you carry. So that is the contents of my belt pouch, updated version.